The trees in Eden are the source of theological debate. Genesis 2:16-17. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it you will certainly die." Why would God place a tree, and say, "Do not eat"? If God is omniscient and knows everything, is he testing them? Or are we again dealing with a dualistic theology that is trying to fit into non-dualism? Adam and Eve wanted to be like God, that is indeed a sin, the same thing Satan wanted. So they partook of the fruit and ate it. Genesis 3:2-3. And the woman said to the serpent, "We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die." What does touching the fruit mean, and what is the fruit? Some interpreters suggest that it refers to intercourse without ejaculation. In yogic and tantric groups, similar practices exist, aimed at harnessing vril or chi energy. A more fitting explanation, according to this view, is the mixing of lineages of the tree, mixing the fruit with the serpent lineage. In this interpretation, Enlil is saying, "Do not mix your seed with the lineage of Enki." However, Eve mixes with the Enki lineage, which is said to have formed the dynastic families that persist even today. But if Eve is enlightened by Enki, who enlightened Adam? In some versions Lilith had the intercourse with Adam, and Lilith initiated Adam. Kingship as immortal lineage. The tree of life is related to immortality, but the real immortality is the lineage of kingship who feeds from this tree. Tree of life, plant of life or plant of birth, was directly associated with the kingship, its twigs being the shepherd's staff of dynastic symbols. Cain from Satan, and Eve had the royal lineage not with Seth, son of Adam and Eve. All blue-blood dynastic families claim descent from Eve and Enki Lucifer, that is why they are special. Enki created the royal lineage as a leader among mankind from his own seed, whereas others of the earthly race had been created from the blood of Kingu. Ataba, Adam, emerged as the first earthly priest king of ancient Sumer in about 3800 BC, and his wife was Nine Inch Nails Kawa, Lady Eve, or Lady of Life. Naked servants of Anunnaki. In ancient Egypt, peasants, workers and other people of modest condition often wore nothing, but the shenty, similar to skirt waist to kneel, was worn by all people. Slaves often worked naked. In Eden, Adam and Eve's original state of nakedness was a reference to being a slave in the original Anunnaki narrative. Clothes were a prerogative of the masters. So events happening after eating the forbidden tree is the initiation, and being master obtaining the privilege to be clothed. In Epic of Gilgamesh, Enkidu, another created Adama, "You are wise Enkidu, you are like a god," subsequent to which she marks his new status by providing the man with some clothes. In the Mesopotamian story of Adapa, the serpent was Enki who created Adapa, and Enki gave Adapa wisdom and knowledge. This is initiation. Genesis 3:5. For God knows that when you eat from it your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. The big open-eyed gods in the statues you see all over the world implies this enlightenment. Their eyes are wide open, because they see the reality. This is in a way how people are making astral trip with some ayahuasca or similar substances. In summary, the Eden story has some main implications. It implies the mixing of seeds, angelic blood intervention into human intervention. Since Adam and Eve were clothed, after eating the fruit tree, they were enlightened, they became aware, their eyes opened, they saw the real world, they moved from an ignorant simulation to a more wise simulation.